How long have you had your mobile phone?
What, this one?
Yeah.
Since May.
How many texts do you think you've made on it?
Over 1 million.
Are you serious?
Yeah, serious.
And you've had it... Tell me again how long you've had it.
I wouldn't say you've had over 1 million. What do you get? 300 texts a month, didn't you?
Yeah, I get 300 free texts a month, and I use about 30 quid as well as that.
How many would you say that was a month?
600 a month.
Yeah.
Would you say you're addicted to it?
Yeah.
What do you love most in the world?
My mobile.
Your mobile phone.
Not your dad.
Actually, my dad, my mum, and my horse.
But you said your mobile phone first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know people are addicted to them. Hello?
Pardon?
Do you know people are addicted to them?
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Don't blame them.
Are you addicted? What's so good about it?
I don't know, you just get...
Better to be addicted to that than drug, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What he said is, I'm sorry, I committed a sin, I made a mistake.
Get the internet wherever you are.
So buying a 4-year-old a phone...
Five to us.
Mobile phones are everywhere. As their technology advances, their popularity and sales increase. So, what's all this doing to communication? It's a technology that was ultimately designed to bring us all together, driving us all further and further and further apart from each other. Mobile phones began their popularity in the 80s with the large brick phones, offering only spoken communication. Since then, they've come a long way, giving us more and more ways of interacting with each other.
Mobiles have changed culture in many ways. Originally, you could only make a voice call. Then we saw things like SMS introduced, text messaging. You can now browse the internet on your phone. Phones double up as cameras, they double up as music players. There's all sorts of new technologies such as Bluetooth, which allows wireless communication with a car kit, things like that. So enormous developments, again, on the handset side.
I prefer to talk on the phone. Don't like to be mileage with texting, but I still text about 100, 150 texts a month, something like that.
Really?
And I'm a light user, I'd say.
Okay. Would you say it was the most important thing in your world?
No.
What's the most important thing?
My child.
And what's the second most important thing?
My phone.
Really?
Yeah.
My daughter has got a mobile and she's just constantly text, you know what I mean? She bought £5 credit on a Friday night, by the Saturday morning it had gone.
Do you think you're addicted to it?
Absolutely.
You're not?
No.
But you are?
Couldn't live without it.
In what way?
It's your lifeline. It's a
To what?
lifeline for me. Friends, family, everybody, contacts.
There are now an estimated 60 million mobile phone users in the UK, with new technology offering us internet connections, email, TV on the move and music downloads. Are we now being asked to buy into a lifestyle?
I think in some ways there are advantages when you look at it for business purposes or for general use. But I think the majority of people are actually using mobile phones not just for normal personal or business use, but just for pleasure.
Over the last few years, text messages have become the favourite form of mobile communication. Rather than speak, people are now using a different language. No longer do we need to use a personal conversation about someone's well-being, when a simple "Are you okay?" will suffice. And with predicted text, the technology will even help us with the words to say.
You'll see people walking down the street using the phone. You just wonder what they're talking about and whether there's a real need. Children in schools, obviously now, common knowledge, are hooked on text messaging, they're texting their friends under the desks, etc. For example, that has a really bad impact on grammar or use of the English language.
You're talking consumers spending 30, 40 messages per day. and if you look at the amount of revenue they're actually, well, the amount of money they're actually spending, it goes into excess of hundreds a month.
Socially, I think people have become sort of more definitely I want it now type culture. A mobile fits in with that. It's there, it's ready, it's accessible. At the other end of that, in a line with using the internet or multimedia services, you can download tunes straight away. You can watch videos straight away. You've got access to all sorts of it immediately.
A lot of people tend to send more text messages rather than making a phone call because it seems to be cheaper. Now the costs are actually involved in sending a message and actually speaking. For a minute, you can actually speak for a lot longer and get more information across rather than a text message.
It can be a bit rude, really, can't it? Like you can be mid-flow conversation with a few friends, and the next thing someone's up and gone, and you're like, hold on a minute, where are you going? Oh, I'm on my phone. God, again, turn it off. You know what I mean?
In every public place, the evidence of our addiction is everywhere. Whether on public transport, on the tables of every cafe or bar, on billboards as we travel to work, nothing is sacred. We're surrounded by solitary figures speaking to unseen partners, making us privy to their every thought.
Do you think we're becoming more dependent on mobile phones?
Definitely becoming more dependent on them. I mean, not just for myself, but as a society, I'd say definitely we are. Because you can't go anywhere without having one, can you? Without seeing any, or everyone's always using them.
No, I think it's gone a bit too far with them. I mean, everybody sees on the phone, I was talking on the phone, or when you're on a bus, especially when you're on a bus.
I think that is one thing when you're on a bus and you're listening to conversations, and some of them are stupid. They're not, young children, youngsters really, teenagers, and they're going on this mobile phone for hours, on the bus.
The way I sort of view this is, I can't honestly imagine life without a mobile now. And if you think back 10 years, I survived perfectly well without a mobile. Now I've got one, I can't seem to think I would get by without one. It plays such a big part in my life, both business and social, that I'm sure if you try and take this away from me, I'm going to be very upset, which is obviously a dependency. And rather worryingly, I feel that in such a short space of time, I'm now hooked almost on a mobile device.
I think the majority of people are becoming dependent on the mobile phone. They leave home without your mobile. You leave home without your mobile phone. There is no form of communication for someone to contact you while you are out.
So, what can we do? We all seem to be inseparable from our mobile phones. Don't get me wrong, technology is a wonderful thing, but used in moderation, it can bring great improvements to our lives. But like all technology, used excessively, it's in danger of ruining them.
Could you go for a weekend without your mobile phone? How would you feel about that?
I'd love it, yeah.
Well,
No.
I spent a week without my mobile phone because I went on holiday and I didn't want no phone because I told them it was great.
Definitely.
I'd like to try it, but I don't think I would. I don't think I'd survive without it. Like cutting your legs off.
Bad as that.
It's bad as that.